So once again, emission from industries, from factories, then thermal power plants. In Tamil Nadu also we are having the thermal power plants where we are producing electricity with the help of coal and like that the fuel, with the help of fuel we are producing electricity. Then vehicles, what we are using, car, jeep, like that, different methods or sources are there for the air pollution. And what we can do, the reduce use of the using our own vehicle instead of coming to city or school by your own parents vehicle. What we can do, we can use school bus. That's why we can reduce the number of vehicles where we are using unnecessarily. Then like that we can reduce the pollution. And we said about the carbon dioxide. If the carbon dioxide amount it is increasing, then the temperature of the globe or the earth it will increase. Next one, this is termed as global warming. What do you mean by global warming? Because of the carbon dioxide it is increasing in the atmosphere. Because of that the global temperature it is increasing. That is known as global warming. Once again, because of the increasing amount of carbon dioxide, we are facing the problem of temperature, high temperature in the on the atmosphere or in the global way. That is known as global warming. And there is thus a need to limit the use of resources. Please underline what we want to do. We want to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of the nature between domains of the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. If we are not thinking about the resources, what will happen? The balance of the earth it will lose, and there won't be balance. If there is no balance, then life on the earth it will be very difficult, because in this small balance only it is working properly on the earth. We can understand now. If you are thinking, if you are speaking to your grandparents or great grandparents in our area, Karur area or Tamil Nadu area, we are facing the lack of rain. Enough rainfall we are not getting for 10 to 15 years onwards. So why it is? Because we are cutting trees very much. So what we can do, as a student of 6th standard, we want to plant, at least you can plant 1 or 2 flower plants or vegetable plant in front of your home. That much you can save the balance of the earth. So this is we are studying about the different aspect in the textbook. Okay, but the practical thing what we want to do, we want to reduce the pollution. For that what we can do, we want to plant as many of plants. And if you are planting one vegetable plant, it may give 1% of oxygen how much you needed. Or what is the story saying, means when we are studying reading the books to this atmosphere and oxygen, like that 16 trees minimum we need to get our proper breathing air or oxygen. For one person's one day oxygen purpose, we need presence of 16 trees, 16 plants. It may be big trees or small plants, like that 16 plants should be there. 1 equals 16, like that. In India we are having 138 crore people. 138 crore means that much people, and Hindu multiply with 16 means 16 plants should be there. Then is it enough here in India or not? And we know the amount of the forest in really, according to the world standard, it should be 33% of the forest should be there, 33%. But in present India we are having only 23% of forest we are having. In India present we are having only 23%, and we are, the world standard it is 33. If we are using the 100 acres of land for cultivation, in that 33 acres for what we want to keep to plant the big trees, like that trees. In the agriculture land what we are happening, for 6 months or 3 months or 9 months the plant will be there. Afterwards we are harvesting that one. That time we are cutting the plants, for example rice or cotton and like that. So what we should do, instead of that we we want to plant, that is okay, agreed. In this 100 acre, here and there we can plant some big trees, or some area we can plant some permanent trees. Like that we can avoid the global warming, or we can avoid the lack of rainfall in our area. So as a practical, we want to do many things related to our lesson, because we want to keep the balance of the nature. We want to keep the balance of the nature. For that, what we can do, reduce our use for what all things, it is all the natural resources, reduce our use. Then next one, reuse. We can reuse the things, we can reuse the things. Then recycle. If we can't reduce, we can't reuse, then at least we can recycle the things. So we can say 3 R's or R square. 3 R's or R root 3 means the we can do 3 things: recycle, reuse, and reduce the things. First method, what we want to do, we want to reduce use of reducing things. If you are purchasing every week one pencil, try to reduce to at least 6 days in a week we are coming to school, and one more day, next Monday also, if we are trying to use that pencil, it may be little bit small, and if we are keeping the same pencil, and 6th standard onwards we are writing with pen, so we can surely we can reduce the use of pencil. So for pencil purpose, we need cutting of wood, because the cover of that pencil lid, it is with wooden, so that we can avoid it. Or when we are purchasing pencil, we can purchase the pencil with paper covering instead of wooden cover. Paper covering means that paper we are using old papers, old notebooks, old textbook, newspaper, like that things they are using as a recycling process. So you can purchase like that pencils also. In this way, what we can do, we can keep the balance of the nature. By this we are completing this lesson. Once again, we will go through all the portions of this lesson. First part of the lesson, we studied about the atmosphere. So lithosphere. In that we studied about continents. Okay, let me take first part of the lesson, and we studied about 4 spheres and what it means, that is given here, origin of word. Then lithosphere, that is to land. Then we studied about continents. How many continents? 7 continents. What are they? Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, then Australia and Antarctica. Then hydrosphere, that is related to water, and 97% of the water, that is ocean water, and 2%, 97.5% it is ocean water, and 2.5 that much only fresh water. And we studied about the major oceans. We are having 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean, and we studied the details of that one also. Then next to come atmosphere. We studied about 5 spheres: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Details you will study in higher classes. Okay, then we studied about biosphere, the presence of atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere, where we can see the life and the presence of oxygen, it is needed, we need, and we are having the relation with all the spheres for our life or for our survival. Then when we are touching the any one of the sphere, it will affect other spheres also, that we have seen in the name of forest cutting, or in the tsunami situation, like that 2 situations we have seen. Then how we can reduce the pollution, or how we can keep the balance of the nature, that also we have discussed. So by this we are completing the lesson, and we completed the textbook activities also. So which who are not completed, please complete the book back exercise. Already last week I have sent that one. Please complete it and send it. Thank you. Have a nice day.